go. Good. That was nice. Well done, Rachel. Good for you. So you feel her rhythm. And think about having a conversation with her a little bit sooner, okay? Let's do that serpentine back down. Same thing, we're just gonna come from that first corner. Good, so I'm aware of my seat bones. My seat bones are even in my saddle. Anytime I start weighting one, that's gonna tell her to do something different, and I might not want that to happen. Good, upper arm is relaxed, not clamped down to the upper body. Wonderful, find my seat bones, find my eyes, find my belly button. There you go. That was quite nice. Very good turn. Very good turn on your part. And then you're going to downward transition at A as an apple. So remember, you're the conductor of the symphony. You're bringing everything in together. Yeah. I know it happened a couple feet short. You got a little heavy on the hand and a little less lower leg, but you were still doing them. Okay, so they were there. One just got a little stronger than the other. Okay, let's go back to our trot at Emma's and Mary, which will be in that approaching corner. Let's pick our trot back up, and then you're going to come down off of E and do a 20-meter circle around me. Nice. Better timing with your breath. Was that making sense what we were talking about earlier? Because if you just breathe in too soon and hold your breath, you become a chunk of wood up there, and you stop. You actually exit the conversation. So I want my breath to be that, let me lift you up, and that'll, I think, maybe help you with the canter as well. And we'll play with that if we get to that, and it's no big deal if we do. Wonderful. Let's continue this circle. So again, I pay attention. How is the weight in each one of my stirrups? How is the weight side by side on my bottom? And let's do a downward transition at E, track straight. So think ahead. Symphony, bring it all together and together. That's okay. She felt like she wasn't going to listen, so you got a little bit harder on the hand, which was fine. The only thing we want to remember is the more rein I'm putting on with her right now, you need to come equal measures with the leg. Now that might not always stay that way, Rachel. She might change, okay? Let's go across the long diagonal starting at F, and then I want you to pick up your trot transition at X as you go past me. Good. So here again, I know I'm riding a very straight horse. As I come through here, I'm thinking about a right bend horse on a straight line. Yeah, so seat bone, my drive, my breath. Yep, that's okay. And then I just breathe again. You don't have to hold it. So it's, in other words, it's a yoga breath, right? It's up in, and if she doesn't come, I don't hold that breath. So that's a habit I want you to get into. Don't hold that breath, because then you just went blah. You're kind of putting a foghorn aid on her. And with this mare, you actually need to play more Morse code with her, okay? It's very, very particular. She takes you quite literally. But let me see a downward transition in A as an apple. Same thing with my exhaling. It all comes together. Yeah. That's okay. You guys, it goes good, and then you have just a little bit. It's kind of like we're driving along and you just hit this little tiny gravel patch in the road. It's no big deal. We're going to smooth that out, okay?
I felt like that one was better.
It was better than the one before. Yes, ma'am, absolutely. So we're going to pick up our trot at H as in horse. Now here again, it's not one big breath held. It's thinking about bringing all the energy up with your breath and then releasing the front end. Yes, that's exactly right. Good for you. Let's come across the diagonal at M as in Mary. So pay attention to your seat bones, and then my nose and my belly button, my toes are going to turn beautiful. That's it. Mary had a little lamb. Oh, I love it. Good. Okay, let's work on that serpentine toward me from that end. Your four loop serpentine. So here again, pay attention to the weight in my stirrups. Pay attention to the weight in my seat. Then I'm going to complement this. Yeah, there we go. That's okay. She got a little bit squiggly wiggly, no worries. Her puppet strings and your puppet strings. Her puppet strings pull her with her and her croup. Yes, that's the way to ride that. Good for you. So nothing is stiff, nothing is forced, everything is fluid, everything is live, everything is movable. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yes. And then you're going to show me a walk as in cat. So I want you to melt her like a pat of butter in a pan. You're going to melt her. Just melt her. Yeah. yeah. I know it happened a little bit before C, but the melting was really pretty, okay? So again, we can think symphonies, we can think a pat of butter in a hot pan. I don't care what you use, it's your mind. You have fun with it. But let me see an upward transition as at F as in fancy, which is your approaching letter. So here again, time your question. It's not 1, 2, 3, breath, hold it. It's come up with me. Yeah, yes, Rachel, good job, super good job. By George, you got it. Okay, let's do a center 20-meter circle starting at E as in excellent. So here again, just play with some of these visualizations. I've got my puppet strings. She's gonna stay upright, I'm gonna stay upright. I'm also working on the tilt or the swivel of my body. Doesn't have to be severe, but that's good right there. So your zipper would be to the inside of her mane. That's all you need to do. Yeah, there we go. Good. Now you're going to track straight and you're going to show me your walk transition at H as in horse downward to the walk. Okay, so keep your trot. That's where you got a little head of your saddle horn. So your leg came off. That's all it was. So plan, melt, melter, melter, melter. Yeah, how'd you feel about that one? She got just a little stuck on the front step.
But it didn't take as much to keep her forward.
No, because the thing is, as you're getting more consistent, all we had to do is kind of open up the pantry and you just needed to reach for this particular soup can. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, that's right, I knew I had this. I knew I had this in the pantry. So now you've got it. So the more consistent you are, the more legitimate you're going to be to her, right? She's going to believe you that you're serious, which is what this is all about.